Right, so recently I got a set of colourful flower notelets for a swap, and I just wanted to make them look a bit better, to package them. So I just got a piece of corresponding paper and I used my envelope punch board, and what I did was I followed, get rid of that, I followed the this is 3 by 3 square, but what I did was I followed the markings for 3.5 by 3.5, which is 6 by 6. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to score at 3, punch and score at 3, and then I'm going to move across 1/2 inch and do it again. Okay, and then I'm going to just do that all the way around, just to give myself an envelope with a sort of a shallow box like envelope, if you like, just to make it look a little bit more of a gift, really, because it's easy to just pop post-it notes. Oops, it's torn that. It's easy to just pop post-it notes in as a gift book. That's a shame. I don't know why that's happened. I think I need a new, I think I said this before, my envelope punch board's on the way out, I think. When you are punching thin pieces of paper like this, sometimes it's better to punch a couple together, I've found. And then all you do is just burnish those score lines. I'm just going to cut up to release them, and then what will happen is these will come across, that'll go in like that, and then that's just going to slot into there as a little gift. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue onto the edges of these two here. Okay, and then I'll do the other one the same. I mean, you can use thicker paper if you want to make it more of a box, but so there's the other set there, and I'll go into there, and that's just a nice little way of packaging up a very simple and inexpensive little gift. Now the other thing I was going to show you was how to just make a little box for these tubes of glue. So again, we're going to make them match the pocket letter. So for these I'm just going to use some very vanilla. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure the box, to measure the tube. It's 6 inches by 1.5 inches. So I need a box that's 6 inches tall and 1.5 inches square. Okay, so if I have a piece that's 6, so it needs to be at least 1.75 inches to go across. So I have a piece that's got 2 here, no, it's got 1.5 here and 1.5 here, that's 9 in total, that way. And then this way I need 4 1.5s, which is which is 6.5. So 6.5 by 9 I need. So I'll get my trimmer out. And I'll cut my 2 pieces, which is 6.5 by 9. So we'll start with this one. Actually, how wide are these? Actually, I've got loads of strips cut off here, scraps. So I'm going to use those to decorate my boxes. Okay, because there's no point in cutting up whole pieces of paper when you don't need to. And on the long side, I'm going to score at 1.5, and I'm going to score at 7.5. Okay, and on the short side, I'm going to score at 1/2, 2, 3.5, and 5. Okay, so do that on both pieces. 1.5 and 7.5. 1/2 inch, 2 inches, 3.5, and 5. That'll just do for the box. It's a very simple box. So then all we do is we just fold and burnish the score lines. I've just thought, I've made it so the box is just going to literally close. It's not going to have anything extra on it to close it with. Should have made it another 1/2 inch really, but never mind. So just cut off the 2 small rectangles at each end. Notch that in. That's just going to be the flap to join it, and then you just want to cut up each of these. And now you might want to just add on your strips of paper. So a lot of work goes into these swaps, making these pocket letters. You know, so when you see people making lots of them, you know, they need a bit of kudos, because they're not the easiest things to put together. Bit of glue up there. They take a lot of time, and if you're a busy person and you don't have a lot of time, you know, a lot of thought and effort goes into them. So yeah, I'm just going to fold all the edges down so I'm left with that edge there. And I'm just going to stick that down so it's nice, and I'm going to get my actual glue bottle. Pop that in, give that a press. And pop my glue bottle in, just going to use my pom-pom trim then, and I'm just going to tie it up. And that's how I'm going to close it. So I'm just making all the other ones. So there's that one. And then now all that's left to do is these little covered notebooks. So I'm just going to move these out of the way and make the little covered notebooks. Now again, there's 2 of these, and I'm going to use the Very Vanilla cover again. And now this time, what we want to do is we just want to measure the notebook, and the notebook measures 3.5 exactly by 8.25. So we've got 3.5 by 8.25. So then the depth of it is 1/4 inch. And then we want to come sort of two inches down the back. So we want 8.25, 8.5. Now we want 10 by 2 inches. Yeah, we want 10 by 3.5. So we want 2 10 by 3.5 pieces. So they're 8.5, so we score them at 8.5. And then we want 1/4, 8.25. Oh, sorry. They're 8.25, then we score them at 8.5, okay? So I've got a little bit of an extra one in there. I might make that a design feature. That's perfect. So now we just want to consider how we're going to decorate them. Now, these pages are only 6 by 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 designs. And I'm going to put them together. And then I'm going to put them together with a normal sort of paper, and then what I'm going to do is put a bit of ribbon across the gap. Okay, so yeah, it's sticking now, it's gone tacky. And now what you want to do is, before I did that really, I should have put glue all over this top scored section and this back piece, because that's going to go and be glued onto there. So they're my notepads. So you see, so now we've gone from a couple of £1 little gifts to what looks like a beautiful little array of presents, isn't it? Everything, I mean, just some glue and some notepads and sticky notes, but it's looking a bit more than that, isn't it? It's looking really nice. So this is why handmade packaging is really fab, because you can turn something very simple into something very beautiful quite easily. So now all that's to be made is I'm going to make a couple of cards and then everything can be packaged up. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to make just a small card that says thanks on it. So this will be in white, and then this will underlay, will be in very vanilla. So they're going to be 4 by 5 cards. So I can get 2 out of one sheet. So then they're going to go like so. And then they're going to go like so. Okay. So my piece with the thanks card of it, I'm going to make it 5 by 2 3/4. There we are. Just a couple of really cute, simple cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use white, but I'm going to stamp. I'm going to stamp the top layer. Put an inner sheet, which isn't going to be stamped, so that it saves me time. And then I'm just going to, get my pocket letter. Hope everything's in there. Fold it up, so I'm going to fold it like so. And then wrap around ensemble. And I hope you've enjoyed watching that. I know it's come in a couple of videos, but I hope you've enjoyed watching how I got to the end result. And no doubt I'll make some more in the future. And I think I've learned a few things along the way with this one, so that one should be a little bit better. Okay. Right, I just hope that the people who receive these love them. That's, you know, that they like them and enjoy them. Anyway, who doesn't like getting a parcel with little bits and bobs? It's a lovely thing to happen. Okay, so take care and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.